Okay. All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday, October 21st, 2025 Town of Groton Personnel and Appointments Committee meeting. We'll call it to order at 5:30. Well, that's good. Roll call. Councilor Good?
Here.
Here. Councilor Rusk?
Here.
Here. And I'm here, so we're all in attendance. 3. Any calendar and communications?
No.
Nope.
Okay. Let me read my statement. The Personnel and Appointments Committee is a subcommittee of the Town Council, Committee of the Whole. Just as there's no public comment at COW meetings, there's no public comment at Personnel and Appointments Committee meeting. It's not on the agenda. Typically, we only interview or meet with new applicants for ABC's authorities, boards, and commissions. We don't typically meet with ABC members, regular alternates, when considering them for reappointment or to be moved up from alternate to regular members. We will consider the recommendation of the chair when it's available. This, along with other changes, were instituted to streamline the process and to be able to move applicants forward in a more expeditious manner. People moving from alternate to regular will move forward in the same manner as reappointments. Candidates do not need to reapply or go through the interview process. Each commission chair will fill out a form, send it in. Approval by the Personnel and Appointments Committee is only a recommendation to move forward. Final approval is by the full vote of the Town Council. Once a candidate has final approval, they're required to go through Robert's Rules, FOI, and harassment training, and the town clerk will reach out to schedule. All right. Do we have a motion for the minutes of the September 16th meeting?
I make a motion. Oh, go ahead.
I move to approve the Town Council Personnel and Appointment Committee meeting minutes of September 16th, 2025.
Second.
Second is Rusk. Do we have any comments or questions on the minutes?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor of moving the minutes of Tuesday, September 16th, 2025.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. 3-0 to 0. Okay. Passed unanimously. Okay. So now we go to new business, which is we have 4 applicants. One is a reappointment, and the other 3 are appointments. Councilor Russ, can you move the first appointment, which is Thomas McLaughlin?
Yes. I make a motion to recommend a resolution reappointing Thomas McLaughlin to the Shellfish Commission as a full member.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second. Okay, great. Any comments or questions on Mr. McLaughlin? I don't see any real comments in the chairman's questionnaire. So we'll move. Any questions? No. Oh, okay.
No.
All those in favor of moving Thomas McLaughlin to full member of the Shellfish Commission?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously, 3-0 to 0. All right. The first applicant that we have is going to be James Cadamus. James, let me move you to panelist. I think that worked. Oh, attendees. Yep, there we go. All right, Jim, you are muted. Welcome. There you go. All right. Do we have a motion for Councilor Good? Can you make a motion for James Cadamus for planning and zoning?
Yes, I move to appoint James A. Cadamus as an alternate member to Planning and Zoning. So moved.
May I reword that, please?
Yes, I didn't have my wording in front of me.
It's on page 6. You want to redo it?
Yeah. Yeah. I recommend a resolution appointing James Kadamis to the Planning and Zoning Commission as an associate member,
Alternate.
alternate member, I'm sorry.
Second.
Second, all right. Welcome, Mr. Canamis. Thank you for reapplying and coming back. That's fantastic. I want to just ask one question, and then I'll open to the floor. Noticing through your resume, which is quite extensive, you have had tremendous amounts of experience in many, many different kinds of things around building and such. My question is, just talk to me a little bit about your philosophy. You worked in a lot of very large projects in New York for a long time. Can you just talk a little bit about your philosophy of dealing with a much smaller community, business and housing, and increasing business and housing in Groton? Just a little bit. You've gone big, and now you're just going to be a little more smaller. So if you can just talk a little bit about that, it would be great.
Yeah, well, I'm particularly interested, and one of the reasons I wanted to reapply was because of the Groton 2035 plan that the Planning Commission is working on right now. I did start working in local planning when I worked in Syracuse. We worked at it was a countywide commission, and it worked with a lot of smaller communities. Lived in Westerly for 14 years before we moved to Mystic. We've now been in Mystic for 2.5 years. So I've got a much feel, and plus when we lived in New York, we lived in a suburban area of Albany. It was a town almost exactly the size of Groton, about 30,000 people. So it was, and I was active in the community there, both through the YMCA and through some community activities. So I'm pretty familiar with smaller communities, how they work. Particularly interested in the issues of housing and employment and trying to get a better mix of that. I thought that one of the stunning things that I saw in the 2035 plan, at least the draft plan, was the fact that 82% of the people who work in Groton don't live in the town of Groton, which really actually surprised me a little bit because I thought it would have been a little bit higher, more like 50-50. But it shows that despite the growth of electric boat and probably less growth in terms of Pfizer, but other smaller industries that come, consulting firms and stuff that have developed around electric boat. And a lot of those are located in this town and in various facilities in this town. People still don't have the housing here availability, so they're coming from other places, Waterford, Ledyard, North Stonington. They just, I think part of that's affordability. When I was getting my degree in regional planning, I was, one of the areas I worked on a lot was housing and its relationship to the workforce. And, I really see that as a major responsibility of the Planning Commission. Obviously, there's a need to have some kind of balance there, right? Because, people don't want to have big apartment complexes in their backyard, especially if they've got higher income, higher value property. So finding the right balance, finding the right places that we can have those in the town, I think are going to be critical into the future and for the future growth of the community.
Cool. All right. Yes. No, we are definitely a commuting town. You don't think of it when you come here, but as you learn, you realize we're very much a commuting town. So, let's open the floor to either Councilor Good or Councilor Rusk with any questions.
I'll step in. I just want to thank you, Mr. Kadamis, for coming back again. I appreciated you the last time you came and your insight. And thank you for sharing your philosophy on what you'd like to see in Groton and how you'd like to see it move forward. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Yes, I'd like to also thank you for coming back. I truly appreciate your answer. I'm glad to see you're on board with 2035 caught up. My only question is, I hear your philosophy overall about housing. Have you been watching at all about the missing middle housing, and what's your philosophy on what planning and zoning could do in those regards?
Could you clarify what you mean by missing middle housing? You mean
Um,
middle income housing?
yeah, talking about going into duplexes, smaller lot sizes, triplexes, and so forth. There's even some movement towards reimagining some of our zoning. If you've been listening to the meetings lately about how we deal with conservation and building on conservation lands. So I just wanted kind of your philosophy on that, planning and zoning's roles in helping bring forth more affordable housing.
Yeah, well, I think that it's obviously a balance between, finding the right, opportunities for building and finding the right types of housing for people who want that housing. Not everybody wants to live in a big apartment complex. And also keeping the open space and the green space, because I had noticed that was a big part of also, the community has a significant amount of green space, and keeping that green space open and keeping it available is something that we don't want to lose within the community. Community has sort of a rural and a seaside, that's one of the great values of it, is that you've got that. And so you don't want to just go to all development and pack it in every place you can. On the
Right.
other hand, I think there's still a lot of areas that are kind of unsettled within Groton. People don't realize that, but as you drive around, you learn more and more on the back roads that there's places where we could have that kind of development. And I think I would probably, support it and encourage it. But again, trying to keep the right balance, because I think you can get too far one way or the other. And I think we just got to find the right balance that allows us to offer more housing opportunities, but not change the character of the community.
Thank you. I truly appreciate that answer. Thank you very much. That's all I have.
Great. Thank you, Counselor. Thank you, Mr. Cadamus. That's excellent. Yeah, we've been very, Groton has moved forward with the 30 by 30 plan, which is the Connecticut state plan on conservation. We're very, very close to that. So we've made a strong effort in our community to have a good balance of conservation land with, with developed land. So I think that's great. I think I'm all set. Is everybody, other councilors okay with any other questions?
I'm set.
Set?
I'm all
Okay.
set. Thank you.
All right. All those in favor of Thomas Cadamus
James.
for an alternate position on the Planning and Zoning Commission?
It's James Cadamus.
I'm sorry, James Cadamus. Sorry.
You and I can't get it
Oh,
right
I'm looking
tonight,
at
Bruce.
I'm looking at the other, it's the previous person that's on here. All right. My apologies.
Yeah.
All right. All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. So that passes unanimously. All right. So, James, so you're all set. So now what happens is we will recommend you to the full vote at the council. And then upon that approval, then you will be sworn in, and you'll be an alternate member of the planning and zoning. And the clerk will reach out for you for the training for FOI and all the other stuff that you have to do.
So should I watch the council agenda, or there's any?
It will be on the it will probably be the November 5th. It'll be the November 5th meeting
Okay.
is when that will move forward.
Do they expect individuals to be present or
Nope.
not?
Nope, it's just a vote.
Okay.
So you're all set. This is the end of the interview process that you have to go through. So
Okay, thank you very much. Well, thank you for your time, and thank you for allowing me to come back and have a second consideration here. And I hope that I can contribute as we go along.
we're looking forward to your expertise on so many different avenues. So terrific. All right, thank you. All right. And so next on the agenda, we have Thomas Leary.
Yes.
Yep. I don't believe. Yes, we do have him. Tucker Leary is here. Okay, goes by Tucker. Let me move him forward. Promote as panelist. All right. Hello, Tucker. Thank you for joining. Personnel and appointments. If you can unmute yourself, that would be great. Fantastic. All right. And you go by Tucker as opposed to Thomas?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. All right. 1 second here. Councilor Rust, can you please move Tucker forward?
Yes, but I make a motion to recommend a resolution appointing Thomas Tucker Leary to the Groton Housing Authority as a full member.
Second,
Second is good.
yes.
All right. All right. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight. I'll open the floor to questions from our counselors.
Mr. Leary, I'll go first. I'm Jill Rusk. Thank you for coming tonight and thank you for applying. I just wanted to ask if you have been following what has been going on with the Groton Housing Authority and, well, that'll be my first question. Have you followed what's going on with the Groton Housing Authority?
Phosphorus explained the problem that you had with the prior director and the litigation activities that are underway and you hope to resolve and move the housing authority forward.
Okay, and in light of that, are you comfortable moving forward with being a member of this committee or commission?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it seems like straightforward litigation, and I don't think you're planning any criminal prosecution. So it should, as I understand it, hopefully it'll be resolved within the year, and you can focus on the mission of the housing authority.
Absolutely. Can you give us a little bit of background on, or a little bit of your background? We can read it, but the people in the audience don't have that in front of them.
Of course. So I live in Noank, have for 34 years. I went to Holy Cross College in Worcester and got an MBA in finance from Boston University. I work mostly in the healthcare field. Most recently, I was a national advisor to a healthcare consulting company called Anat Health, working with academic medical centers and hospitals on clinical program development. I was a vice president at Yale New Haven Hospital for 24 years, where I managed the Heart and Vascular Center, the Organ Transplant Center, and ambulatory care programs, office leases, practice development. And prior to that, I worked in healthcare managed care in Dallas, Texas, with a company called VHA. And my first job after college was as a pipe fitter at Electric Boat.
You've come full circle. Can you tell me why this commission is what you're interested in, or why the Groton Housing Authority is what you are interested in giving back to your community through?
Well, it's, Grass Hill Gardens and the other center are little treasures in our community. There aren't many places that can offer a rent at this level to disabled people and in such a, nice environment with a little bit of green space. But they're fairly fragile. They don't have huge balance sheets. They have to watch their expenses. There may be opportunities in the future to expand and offer other units, but it's something I would like to see to continue to be offered for the long, and as it has been in Groton in the long term, and do what we can to help these disabled citizens, seniors, have a good place to live.
Thank you so much. I'm done with my questions, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Councilor Good.
I would, Councilor Rusk gave a good turn there, so I'm pretty much all set. I just want to thank Mr. Leary for applying and being willing to donate his time to such an important issue in Groton. Much appreciated. That's all I have.
Thank you very much. I think Councilor Rust did cover pretty much everything. a lot of our concerns was that you were just familiar with the current situation and what has sort of been going on there. So if you feel comfortable with it, then
Yeah.
we feel comfortable.
Yeah, I've
Going
had to
forward.
deal with litigation or legal issues like this, in the past. So
In the past.
management companies or other issues. So hopefully I can be supportive to the board and to the town and getting these things resolved.
Terrific. All right, thank you. I think we can move forward. So all of those in favor of moving Tucker Leary to I guess they don't have alternates in the Groton Housing Authority, so onto the Groton Housing Authority as a full member. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. So that's 3-2. 0-0, passes unanimously. So now the next step will be, we will give a recommendation to the full council where we will be voted on. And then upon approval with that, then the town clerk will reach out to you for swearing in and several different things that we need to do for like FOI training and harassment training. It's just regular trainings that we all go through. So I thank you for joining and thank you for coming tonight and congratulations.
All right. Thank you for
Thank you.
considering my application. I look forward to working with you.
All right, terrific. All right, on to our next person, which is Peter McGinnis. Let me move Peter forward. As a panelist. There we go. Terrific. Peter, you are muted. You can unmute yourself. Peter, if you can unmute yourself, that then we can talk to you. Spence.
While Mr. McGinnis is unmuting, can I make the resolution?
Yes, you can.
Of course, I'm in a room that the light just went out on, and I have no light. Okay, I make a motion to recommend a resolution appointing Peter McGinnis to the Shellfish Commission as an alternate member.
Do I
Second.
hear second? All right, good. All right. Thank you. So Peter, we need you to unmute your mic, which you can do on the audio section or also by pushing the space bar on your computer. Let me see here. I'm not, hopefully he's hearing us. Let me just text him. Please unmute your mic. Haven't been in this situation before.
Mr. Chair, if you're okay, I'm just going to read what he wrote.
Yes. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
That's fine.
It says, what do you know about this board? I attend Shellfish Commission meetings most months, know several of the commissioners and wardens, and also appreciate the role responsibility of the Shellfish Commission to further shellfishing viability. Education or background is a Bachelor of Science in, I'm not sure what that word is.
Mining,
Something-
Mining, I think mining.
mining
mining
engineering,
engineering.
and a BS in civil engineering at Michigan Technological University at UConn, shellfishing aquaculture certificate in 2023, postgraduate courses in advanced negotiation from Harvard University, strategic marketing management from Columbia University, U.S. Department of State security clearance for 25 years. And he enjoys table tennis, which I love.
There's
And
Peter.
no,
Looks
no
like Peter
constraint.
has successfully
go.
unmuted himself.
Oh.
There we go.
There we
Hi, Mr.
are.
McGinnis.
Hey,
I
So we just read your-
apologize for the delay.
No, that's okay.
So, Mr. McGinnis, I just read your what you wrote down on your on your application, and I want to say thank you for applying. I do have one really quick question. It is listed in here that you are a Democrat on one spot and a Republican in another spot, and only because there are so many spots that we can fill with each. We need minority representation. I'm just would love some clarification on if you're a Republican or a Democrat.
I am a Republican.
Okay, then we're good.
That's good. Yep. Then the numbers work. Everything.
Yes, that has nothing to do with you being a Republican or a Democrat. It has to do with how many Democrats and Republicans we already have. So thank you, Mr.
Understood.
Chair.
Perfect. Mr. McGinnis, just tell us a little bit about yourself. I know Councilor Rest read your resume, so we don't have to go back through all of that, but just talk to us a little bit about why you want to join the Shellfish Commission.
Okay, I live down on Jupiter Point, within the city of Groton, and it's a beautiful area. I've been living in Connecticut since 1994. I used to live up by Suffield, Connecticut, which is up the very north part central of the state. And I am a fisherman and a clamming person. So I used to come down to Groton and go clamming. Used to launch my boat at Bayberry Lane, and I would go fishing in the local area here as well as go clamming. And it was always the Shellfish Commission here has always done a very admirable job about keeping the clamming and access to shellfishing alive. So in 2014, I bought property on Jupiter Point and we have retired there in 2021. And it has been a dream of mine to become active in the Shellfishing Commission to kind of work forward and help in that activity.
Very good. All right. So a lot of it is just personal experience of hands-on, you doing it and just wanting to contribute and contribute more to that. So
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
I have been raised on the water and been clamming since I'm a child. And I've been a fisherman since I'm a little guy. So it's what comes to me naturally. I have taken recently, I went to UConn Avery Point and took their shellfishing aquaculture program. And that was important to me because shellfishing is becoming more and more prominent within the state. And there's an activity to foster shellfishing, especially oystering. And I think there's benefit to be able to advance Groton even in that activity. So I'd like to use my science background and my hobby as a way to help.
really, open the floor to the other counselors.
Yes, I'd just like to thank you for applying for this and your passion and dedication to shellfishing. I mean, it's wonderful, and I look forward to the vote. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilor Rusk, any questions? Councilor Rusk, you are muted at the moment.
My apologies. I got
Nope.
stuck. And no, I have no more questions.
Right. So let's move to a vote on for Peter McGinnis as a alternate member on the Shellfish Commission. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Right. Passed unanimously. 300. Congratulations. Thank you, Mr.
Thank
McGinnis.
you.
As you probably heard from the other ones, just because you were online, this is a recommendation and we give this to the town council. And then there's a final vote at the town council, which will be November 5th, I believe, because we moved our meeting from the 3rd to the 5th.
Mhm.
And there's no more need for an interview or anything else. And then once you have that done, the town clerk will reach out to you. You'll get sworn in, and then also you just go through some training on Robert's rules, FOI, and the harassment training that all commission members do when they join the town. So
Very good, sir.
congratulations, and thank you for stepping up and serving the town of Groton. So,
Thank you, and I appreciate the opportunity.
yeah, no problem. All right. I believe that concludes everybody for today.
I make a
Motion to
motion, we adjourn.
All right,
Second?
second. All right, all those in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.